Everyone knows I make money from what I do, and I make a lot.
You make a lot
Yeah.
from the feet stuff?
Mm-hmm.
Did you say how much you make?
No.
Oh, how much you make per year?
A month?
A month, sure.
Up to 40K.
$40,000 a month for selling feet pictures to desperate men on the internet. Please, please give me these men. I need to talk to them. Okay, I'll write a 24-page motivational speech in order to make sure this doesn't happen again. I'm sorry, lady, but I'm preying on your downfall. I'm here to make sure your customers never come back. I know a guy who gives stupendous haircuts and he gets paid 40 grand a year. This man is an S-tier contributor to society, and he's making what you make in a month selling feet pictures in a year.
Oh my God, that's impressive. Okay. Congratulations. There's not a lot of dudes who are 19. You're 19, right?
Yeah.
Not a lot of men who are 19 who can make $40,000 selling their feet pics online, but
There's not a lot of 19-year-old men who can make 40K in a month, period. There's not a lot of 19-year-old men who can make 40K in a year. There's not a lot of grown men who can make 40K in a year. I'm 19 years old. I've been doing YouTube seriously for a little bit over 2 years at this point. In my highest paid month ever on YouTube, I've made nowhere close to 40K. And keep in mind, this was a month where I was grinding my ass off, putting school second, putting the gym second, even putting my friends second. Now, I have a much better balance on my life now than I did then, but even then, when I put YouTube first and put 110% into YouTube, I mean, I made good money, but bro, 40K? If I made 40K as a result of not doing my schoolwork, but doing YouTube instead and not hitting up my friends, I would be a lonely, friendless high school dropout. Meanwhile, this girl can take 10 minutes out of her day at most to just snap a few desperate men, her feet, her f***ing feet.
okay, so, and then in addition to that, you also go on dates.
Yes. So a lot of the men that I do go on dates with are fully aware of the fact that I go out with other guys.
That you go out with other guys?
Yeah. If they want to take me out, I let them
She
take me out.
belongs to the streets.
If they want to take me out, I let them take me out. I don't do anything besides just food. I don't remember the last time I paid for my own gas, or my nails, or my lashes.
Yeah, that's it. I'm done. Bro, we live in a simulation, okay? This girl is 19 years old making 40 grand a month selling feet pictures. She dates multiple men at a time. And these same men, none of which she's in a committed relationship with, are paying for her nails, her gas, and her food. I am ashamed to be a man today. What is there to be proud of when I know there's men out there in this world breathing the same oxygen that I am that are this pathetic? Round up these men and collect their testicles. They can't have them anymore. When you're thinking with your testicles instead of your brain, yeah, they have to go. And all of these men are going to attend a 12-step program called Simps Anonymous, where they're going to learn the basics of self-control and not spending money on a girl who has no interest in them. Now, after and only after they complete this 12-step program will they be able to reclaim their testes.
Yes.
Most
Good
of
for
them,
you.
they offer. I never ask. They always offer.
What?
And I don't have to do anything with them. Don't have to sleep with them. Nothing.
But you said you're upfront with them.
Yeah.
So in what way, like how would you be upfront? Like,
So anytime-
for example, Logan's asking you out on a date. How would you be upfront with him?
Whenever I get asked, I usually just ask, like, what are your intentions? What do you want from me? Do you just want to hook up? Or do you really just want to, like, hang out? I always let them know, like, hey, I'm not going to ask you to pay for anything. I actually have an expectation that when you go on a date with a guy, that the first date, he always pays. And that's just out of respect.
I tend to agree that men should pay on the first date. It's sort of a respect thing. It's a tradition thing. And obviously, I'm only going to take a girl on a date that I'm interested in, so I never really mind paying. But unfortunately, you know, this is a bit of an edge case. This is an exception to the rule. If you make 40K a month, let's do the math. You're making $1,333 a day. Let's say at most it takes you an hour a day to take as many feet pictures as you need to. So now let's divide 1,333 by 6 60 minutes. That leaves us with $22.21 every single minute. So if I'm on a dinner date with you and the bill comes out to be $120, in order to pay for that entire bill, me and you included, that would be a total of 6 minutes of work. And because of that, deadass, I don't care if this costs me my masculinity or my dignity, I'm gonna ask for you to pay.
Okay.
I usually just let them know I'm not trying to sleep with you. I'm not trying to hook up. If that's what you want to do, you can find somebody else. Usually, majority of the time, they're pretty cool with it. But guys...
Oh.
M. Martin super chatted $50. She belongs to the feet.
Yo, Martin, thank you, man. Oh, after we go around on this, I will get the rest of the super chats. Thank you, guys. Get your super chats in. So, continue.
I just keep it straight up. I let them know I'm not trying to sleep with you. We can hang out. That's that. Typically, I keep around 4 or 5 of them, just because some of them pay for different things. But that's mostly it. I let them know they're cool with it. Some of them are just really lonely, and a lot of the times, guys waste their own time because they're not straight up about what they want.
Dude, this lady's a supervillain. I don't want to hear it. This is insane. This is reverse Mr. Beast behavior. I found the 10 loneliest men, and I'm gonna ask them for excess amount of money while I lead them on. Like, she's developed a loneliness quotient when trying to figure out which men to target. Like, the most ideal men for her to siphon cash from is a guy who's lonely, has no friends, and makes too much money, probably trading crypto. And I don't hate this girl for doing what she's doing. Like, a lot of guys are probably gonna think, oh, I hate this girl, like, you know, I would never do that. But bro, like, we live in a world of competition, right? Like, if you're 19, if you can find any way to get ahead in life financially, 9 times out of 10, you gotta do it, unless it's, like, illegal or, like, ridiculous immoral. And you could say what she's doing is immoral, but at the end of the day, the guys that are giving her money want to give her money, and that's the problem. It's really the guys that are the biggest problem here. I mean, would I prefer if this girl didn't sell her feet pictures? Obviously, but if you're 19 and you can make $40K a month, you're gonna make $500,000 by the end of the year, and that's setting yourself up for a pretty good life.
So they'll lead you on until you give them what you want, and then when you never do, it's like a waste of their time, not mine.
Okay, but so you're straight up with guys saying, I'm just interested in a free meal?
Yeah, I let them know.
You let them know? And guys are cool
I'm like,
with
are
that?
you gonna pay?
You'll say that straight up.
Yeah, I tell them, I'm like, are you gonna pay? If you're not gonna pay, I'm
Wait,
not
can
going.
you stop? Can you stop that?
Okay, sorry.
So you're straight up with them, okay? And you said that there's guys that just pay for your gas too.
Mm-hmm. They'll send me money, Cash App, Apple Pay, Venmo. Money for nails, hair, lashes. Anytime I say I want to go, a lot of them are really good about my schedule, so they know I go every 2 weeks for my nails. They'll send it.
Okay, no, I take it back. This girl is evil. She's literally assembling minions to memorize her schedule and memorize the days in which she gets her hair and or nails done so that they can allocate their money and plan their finances for that. Like, these guys are basically slaves in every single way except legally. Imagine the highlight of your week being sent a thank you text after you send $100 to a girl that doesn't like you because you paid for her hair. Like, I'd rather you be a gambling addict, and I'm being so serious. Like, I'd rather you spend that $100 on slots than to be waiting every single week at the same time to Venmo or Cash App this girl who sells feet pictures $100 for her hair and nails.
Devon Jackson super chatted $50.
Thank you.
She's upfront by telling desperate men she's not going to but being ambiguous with her words so they think they have a chance still.
Yo, Davon, thank you, man. Good to see you. Hope you had a good Super
Correct.
Bowl.
Summarize.
Word? Do you have a response to Davon there?
No, it's pretty spot on. I mean,
So would you actually go ahead if you want?
actually, I let them know that I'm not interested in them if I'm not interested.
I can't imagine a guy willingly, after you've expressed overt disinterest, willingly being like, well, I guess I'll just be your pay pig. I mean, I know there's those kind of guys exist. What is the age range of the men that you would say do this? 30s, 40s?
21 to 29. And most of them are in the
21-year-olds doing this
military.
Dear God, and I thought it couldn't get worse. You could have just not said that, but now you're actively trying to make yourself seem like a supervillain. She's like, yeah, not only are the guys that I exploit like my little minions that do whatever I say, they're also lonely and I lead them on all of the time because I have no respect for them. But on top of that, most of them are serving for this country. I feel like military doesn't even pay that well when compared to some other things. It definitely doesn't pay as well as 40K a month. So like using your military check to simp is just insane, man.
Most of the men that I do go out with are really desperate, and I mean, some of them are good looking guys, some of them could use a little help, but they know what's up, and sometimes, most of the time, they're just lonely. They have nobody else, they have no friends, work is boring, it sucks, they just want someone to talk to, and that's really how it's like, kind of like a sugar daddy situation.
I got nothing else to say, man. This just has to be stopped. A few days ago, I asked you guys to send questions to me over the community tab, and I would respond to as many of them as I could for this video today. So yeah, leave a like and subscribe to this channel if you haven't yet already, or else you'll get a bloody nose. And let's read these questions. What advice would you give to someone who's aiming to be a content creator? Well, I'm a YouTuber, so I can only really give you advice on the YouTube side, and for that, I would say, like, study the algorithm. There are thousands of hours of free educational content that will share with you, like, the basics you need to navigate the YouTube side of things. Once you know the basic inner workings of YouTube, like, you'll naturally kind of figure things out. And this might sound corny, but on the content side of things, you really just have to be yourself, like, seriously. There is nothing I hate more than the Reddit text-to-speech channels that literally just, like, capture Reddit posts and then have a robot voice read the Reddit post. Like, that is the lowest of the low in terms of content, in my opinion. Because there's no humanity in it, you know? It's the entertainment business. I'm not gonna be entertained by a robot voice speaking stuff to me. Like, no, we're not replacing entertainers with AIs. No thank you. So yeah, you have to do a bit of the boring stuff, like, you know, study the YouTube algorithm and learn stuff about it. Ooh, learning, I know, dangerous, very scary stuff. Learning, education, school, oh God forbid. I know, I'm saying all the scary words, but yes, you have to learn some stuff, and yeah, I mean, just for the content stuff, really just be yourself. Try to find a niche though, like, try to find something that you do. Like, it can't just be whatever you want to post it. Like, you have to stick to something. But yeah, that's my advice there. What is your favorite video game / which video game do you think is the most underrated? Okay, so I have a pretty dark secret and something that I am not looking forward to sharing with you guys. I've been addicted to Fortnite recently. Seriously, it's a fun game, I can't lie. I have not played the game this much since like 2018, and it's actually a lot of fun, and I just play with my friends, and yeah, man, I can't lie, it's a good time. But like, overall, my favorite game, probably either Counter-Strike or Overwatch. And for which game I think is the most underrated, that's a tough one. I don't play enough video games to give like a good answer to this question. I barely play enough mainstream video games. I have no say and no stake in what is currently underground or underrated, so I really can't answer that question. Yeah, I got nothing. What is it like to actually have YouTube as a job? It doesn't really feel like much, you know, like I just kind of make my stuff, upload it, and I get paid. I oversimplified it, but really, like, at the end of the day, if you want to just boil it down to the basics, yeah, that's all I'm doing. And it's definitely weird, especially when I compare it to the other jobs I've had in the past where I answer to a boss and I get paid like once a week. Like, YouTube is really so much different. Like, listen, this might be TMI, but I'm not even wearing a shirt right now. Like, I can't ever do that at a normal job, you know, just show up shirtless. So yeah, it's definitely strange. I hope it like feels more like an actual job once I have to have my face cam. Like, I have to look presentable on camera, so I maybe, like, you know, put some more effort into looking clean, sharp, and professional or something. I don't know. I'll say this, it feels like work, but it doesn't feel like a job, if that makes sense. What hobbies do you have outside of YouTube? I'm genuinely interested because I don't think you'd be the kind of guy to be always sitting online on a computer. So right now, I guess my biggest hobby is going to the gym. Like, I'm on a pretty serious gym arc. Like, there have been time periods in my life where I'm like super dedicated to going to the gym. Like, I've had months where I always go to the gym and then months where I just kind of don't. But this December, I've really started to take it seriously because I've actually been going with goals in mind. Whereas in the other months that I've gone, it's been like, oh, I'll just go to try to maintain health. I'll just do the treadmill for a bit and just maybe lift a little bit. It's not been very focused, you know? It's just kind of like I go there, try to get some stuff done, and sure, it'll keep me healthy, but it's not really going to get me looking like I'm really in shape or muscular or, you know, nothing really crazy. This time, though, I actually have a specific workout schedule that I'm following with the goal of getting just bigger muscles and defined abs. Like, that's very simple, straightforward, that's my goal. Besides that, I've been spending a lot of time with my friends recently. I've been on break from college, so I'm just back home in my hometown, seeing old friends, catching up with people, that kind of stuff. Also, like I mentioned, I am a gamer, so I'll play some Fortnite with the friends, you know, just because why not? And then I also like to go on walks and hikes even sometimes too. I love nature. I love getting out and enjoying just the natural world. I took this picture a few weeks ago. I found this like super cool hiking spot nearby, and there was this like huge body of water next to it, and I just found a rock. I was just chilling. Do you actually hate furries as a whole, or do you see most as chill people? Well, I don't see most of them as chill people, but I also don't hate all of them, so I don't think you phrased that question correctly. Like, there's very few groups of people that I hate all of them just based on their sheer membership of that group. Like, pedophiles, right? Obviously, I hate all pedophiles. End of story. But with all groups of people, I have opinions on them, right? Some groups I have, like, negative opinions. Some groups I have positive opinions. Some groups just neutral. Furries, I have a negative opinion of. That doesn't mean I hate all of them. But I would say, like, above 90% of the stuff that I see that involves furries is degenerate, right? Or it's just kind of weird. With that being said, I know that not all furries are, like, gross and, disgusting. But whenever furries are brought up to me, I have a negative connotation of them in my head. What is your most played artist and why do you like them so much? So this year was Suicide Boys, and it was the same last year too. Like 2021 it was Suicide Boys, and 2022 it was also Suicide Boys. I don't know, man. I really like their sound. They just don't really sound like anybody that I can find in the music genre right now. Like, they do their own thing. The way they rap is so unique and also just strange, and I just can't help but like it. The beats sound good. The mixing is great. I've also been to 2 of their shows. I was at one of their shows earlier this year. I have a feeling that 2023 is going to be a new artist because I've been listening to Suicide Boys for ages now, and I think it's kind of getting a little bit worn out, in my opinion. What is your favorite legal substance? Okay, I'm just gonna go the easy route here and just say caffeine, because I'm kind of a big coffee drinker, and if it's not coffee that I get my caffeine from, I drink Gamer Sups. If it's not Gamer Sups, it's in my pre-workout. If it's not in my pre-workout, it might be in a soda that I have. Like, I don't know, man. Caffeine just kind of keeps me going. Wish you would talk about your perspective on self-improvement and what your opinion about it is. Well, I don't know if there's many opinions to be had about self-improvement. I feel like everybody knows that it's good. The problem with self-improvement is it's such a loose term. Like, it really could just mean anything depending on who you ask. The way that I interpret it is self-improvement is making active steps to improve the state and quality of your life. This could be physically, mentally, spiritually, socially, financially. Yeah, I mean, I could keep going. There's a lot of different ways that you can improve your life, and I think everybody at all times should be looking to try to engage in some sort of self-improvement. The biggest one for a lot of people is mental, because, I mean, look at depression right now. Everybody seems to be depressed. Like, we're giving 13-year-old, 14-year-old, 15-year-old kids antidepressants because they describe their state as being depressed. Like, that just doesn't seem right to me. Like, we're just gonna give these, teenagers a bunch of, like, drugs to kind of apparently, like, fix their life or improve their life, like, just by taking this sort of dosage, It's just, it doesn't seem right. Like, I feel like we're doing that to kind of avoid actually talking about the real issues that are in society. Like the fact that in the generation where we are the most connected, technologically, we're also the most antisocial. I think there are a lot of things that we could be doing to improve our lives that we just don't do. Like, at the lowest point of my life, okay, I was eating terribly, I wasn't talking to anybody, I was listening to Lil Peep, and then basking in my own self-pity. Like, do we not see the problem there? All 3 of those things were things that I could have changed and probably made my life better. Obviously, my life is pretty great right now. I have nothing really to complain about. But, like, when my life was bad, yeah, there were things that I was doing that were making it worse. And say what you want about Andrew Tate, but he definitely gives great advice in terms of this sort of stuff. Like, yeah, when you get up in the morning, you have to get stuff done. It doesn't matter how you feel. If you feel bad a certain day, you can't let that get in the way of you getting stuff done. Like, if every day I was sad, I just got, like, 75% of the work done that I have to, it would just make me more sad. Like, this is gonna sound weird, but on the days where I feel the worst, I have to work like twice as hard so that I can get twice as much done, so I can be in a twice as good state by the end of the day. I hope that makes sense. I hope you guys are following me there, but that's my take on self-improvement. Okay, this is gonna be the last question, but there's like 5 questions in one. So, do you have any pets? Do you play any sports? Hobbies? A place you'd love to visit and why? What's one thing you would change in the world? I do have a pet. I have a dog. I love my dog a lot. I used to play soccer on a team, but right now I don't really play any team sports. I mean, I like to play basketball pickup every now and then, but nah, not really. It's just working out. A place I'd visit, I'd like to go to Japan, either Japan or Sweden or like Denmark, or I don't know, man. I just haven't been to any of these places. For the reasoning why, I don't know. I mean, Japan is just kind of cool. There's a lot of like cool stuff there. And then like Sweden, Norway, Denmark, that stuff's all pretty like, I don't know. Everybody seems just so friendly there, you know? Everybody seems so chill. So like, why not? And then one thing I would change in the world, I mean, like, can I change anything? Okay, then nobody starves to death. How about that? That's my change. So check it out. I got this email last night with the header bot in comment section, and I'm like, okay, what is this? What is going on here? What kind of bot is this? Whose comment section is it in? So I click on the email and it says, this is from the comment section of your latest video, and it's got an attached screenshot of my comment section. So I open it up and this is what I see. So somebody left a comment on my video, and this bot that's impersonating me responded by saying, send direct message Telegram right away, and the username is let's talk pointing emoji at Acheeto11. And you can see the guy basically stole my profile picture to make it seem convincing. Now, I don't think this has to be said, but this isn't me. This guy wants you to message him on Telegram, which Telegram is basically like this unregulated, unfiltered messaging platform, and he would want you to reach out to him on Telegram to scam you, because if you think it's me and you trust me, he would basically exploit that trust to get you to, I don't know, like send him money maybe, or, you know, crypto scam you or something along those lines. Now, because I am me, I am the real Acheeto, I decided to add this guy on Telegram to see basically what his plan on scamming people would be. So I add at Acheeto11 on Telegram to basically see what is going on here, and his profile is like completely set up. He's got multiple variations of my profile picture in his profile. Like, look, he's got the 100,000 subscriber profile picture, he's got like the 250k sub profile picture, and he's got the fan art that's on my famous birthdays page. So I reach out to this guy basically with the intention of getting him to prove that he's me, which he obviously can't do. So I DM him, I'm like, hello, and he responds with, you're welcome. He already failed. That's not how you start a conversation. You're welcome is not an introduction, you idiot. Like, I get that this guy probably doesn't speak English, you know, he's probably like one of those scammers from like some different country, but oh my goodness, you're welcome in response to hello. Oh, we're off to a start. Anyways, he says, you're welcome, and then he goes, firstly, I would love to know your name and location, and I'm just not even playing along. I'm just like, are you the real Acheeto? And he goes, yeah. I say, prove it. He says, are you one of my subscribers? I say, yeah. He says, all right. He says, I hope you enjoyed and benefited from my videos on YouTube. Why does he talk like that? Enjoyed and benefited from my videos. Okay. And I'm still just like, yo, can you prove that you're the real Acheeto? And he's like, how do you want me to prove it? For how long have you subscribed to my channel? Again, like, what does that have to do with my question? I don't know. So he's asking me, like, how do you want me to prove that you are the real Acheeto? And I tell him, like, yo, prove that you can edit the channel. And he goes, edit what channel? Scammer, what channel do you think? The Acheeto YouTube channel. Then he says, I don't have plans of editing the channel for now. Do you have any problem with that? And I said, and show proof that you own the channel and that you are not a scam. And his response to that is, it's going to cost me a lot. And at this point, I'm getting so sick and tired of this guy and his bullshit, so I'm going all in. I'm like, no it won't, you f***ing monkey. Just send a screenshot. And then he sends a screenshot of him watching one of my videos. Yeah, bro, that really proves it. And he said, these is what you need, right? And after that, I was getting sick and tired of it, so I sent him a little message, we'll say. Hey, listen, punk. I own the channel. I am Acheeto. Stop scamming people, or else I will sue your ass for $1 million, okay? Do you have $1 million? I don't think so, so stop scamming people! Yeah, I got a little angry, and I feel like rightfully so. This guy's pretending to be me to scam people out of money. And then he goes, no, I don't have $1 million. Did I look like a scam to you? Yeah, you pretended to be me to try to scam people out of money. That's the scam. That's what it is. That's what it looked like to me. So I said, you're impersonating me. I can sue you for that. He goes, sorry for the impersonation. I said, delete your Telegram and stop sending bots to my comment section. Then he says, am going to delete it. I say now. And then he says, but am pleading with you, can help me with some money so I can start up my thing for myself. Praying emoji. And I say, the audacity. How about this? Like, can we just talk about that for a second? This guy gets caught red-handed by me, the person who he's trying to impersonate. And instead of, like, having his tail between his legs, begging for me not to sue him, he says, I'm sorry, but can I have some money? Are you out of your mind? Are you smoking meth? Yo, I will be 6 feet under before I pay you a cent. Jelly Bean will be funny before I pay you a cent. You're not getting anything from me, let alone not getting sued by me. Absolutely insane. Obviously, I bluffed with $1 million. I was just trying to scare this guy because what he does is like one of the most like low-level things you can do for money, which is scamming. But still, like, bro, I could sue this guy. So I say, the audacity. How about this? I don't sue you for impersonating me, and you delete everything, including this Telegram and the bots. I said boys, I meant the bots. And he says, donate some money for me. I promise not to impersonate your site again. No, I will file a lawsuit today if you do not delete this account. And he goes, okay. So then I say, delete it now. And then he goes, delete what? Huh? Either he's like actually this dumb, or he's acting dumb to try to get out of the situation. When I say delete your Telegram and he goes okay, and then I say delete it now, and then he goes delete what? I'm talking about your Telegram, as I just said. Listen, I know that I'm like actually big mad during this video, but you have to understand, it's like, dude, the prospect of somebody losing like $100 because they thought that they were giving it to me is like really sad, and something that I would literally never want to happen, because first of all, I would never ask individual subscribers for money. Like, that's crazy. But second of all, if there was an individual subscriber willing to send me money, imagine they get scammed and send it to some guy pretending to be me. Like, that's even worse. Now he says, you refuse to help me, right? So allow me to help myself. Dude, I refuse to help you because you impersonated me to scam people. And then I say, okay, I'm going to file a $1 million impersonation and scam lawsuit right now. And then he says, I am not a scammer, just that we ask people for help, okay? And then I say, by pretending to be me, that is the scam. And then he responds to my $1 million threat by saying, why can you donate some of that money in my life, and I promise never to impersonate your site again? And then I say, no, I'm leaving now to the legal department to settle this, goodbye. And then he says goodbye. Okay, so obviously I'm not going to sue this guy for $1 million because A, I don't even know his name or where he lives or anything like that, and it would be a massive headache, and it's not worth it. I'd rather just make this video PSA to say, like, hey, yeah, just don't do this, don't fall for this stuff. To me, it seems fairly obvious to not fall for these scam comments, but I am older and smarter when it comes to, like, you know, not falling for scams, so I guess, you know, there is some children that could be susceptible to this stuff, and if somebody is paying for the bot service to flood my comment section with bots pretending to be me, the reason they're spending money on it is because they think they're gonna make that money back by scamming you guys, right? Like, you wouldn't put money down on something if you didn't think you were gonna make it back. And the first time I messaged this guy when I said hello, I could see next to his username, it said last online 20 minutes ago. So before I even messaged him, it seems like he was active on Telegram, which means, like, you know, it may have been possible he had been talking to somebody else who thought that it was me. Now, I know at the beginning of this video, I only showed one screenshot of that bot in my comment section, but I looked, and there's actually multiple different instances of this bot popping up in my comment section, responding to people's comments, and seeing all those bots, it really got me thinking, right? Like, okay, if this guy really needs money desperately, I'm confused because A, he has enough money to pay for a bot service, B, he sent a screenshot of him watching my video, and in that screenshot you can see that he's clearly on like an Android phone of some kind, and C, he has the time in his day to try to scam people to begin with. So let's look at that, okay? Money to pay for bots, money to pay for a phone, and time in his day to scam people. I don't think he needs that money if he has all that stuff. Like, okay, maybe he needs like some money. He could definitely be poor. I'm not denying that, but he's not homeless. He's not like literally on the side of the street begging for like Chuck E. Cheese tokens and, you know, bubblegum wrappers. So get a job, you bum. Also, I'm not even the first person that this has happened to. Do you guys know who Mudahar is? Some Ordinary Gamers? Well, I met this guy earlier this year at VidCon. He's a cool guy, and, you know, he's well liked by the YouTube community. He's got 3 million subscribers. This happened to him as well. Somebody was impersonating him on Telegram trying to scam his fans out of money. Check this out. He tweeted a story in 2 parts, and then let's just look at the second part. He literally sends the scammer a selfie and basically says, like, yo, we subpoenaed your information, like, you know, basically delete everything you're doing or else we're coming for your neck, which I'm gonna be honest, I really wish I could do that. Unfortunately, I have to bluff, but, you know, that's pretty sick. One day I'll get to that position where I can basically, like, you know, be like, yo, delete it or else I'm whipping out the big guns, but, you know, that's gonna have to be a bit. Now, what can you do to help this go away? First of all, DNI. Do not interact. I know that's like a Twitter acronym, so kind of cringe for me to say it, but here it actually applies. Do not interact with it, okay? Don't even respond to it, because I think the comment algorithm, when you respond to the comment, it might get pushed to the top. I don't know. Just don't even try it. Second of all, I don't know if you can do this, but if you can flag or report a comment, like, do it for this guy, because yeah, obviously, it's a scam. So if you wouldn't mind watching this video for its entire length, however long it might be, it's probably going to be around 8 minutes. If you could just sit through the whole thing, anything, I would really appreciate that. Or if not, you know, you can just leave it running while you're doing something else, folding your laundry or doing the dishes. I don't care. Just if you can watch the video for its entire length, I would greatly appreciate it. So I've been thinking a lot lately about the channel and about how I want to grow it, how I want to, you know, run it entirely, and I just want to talk to you guys and just be transparent about a lot of things with this video. So a lot of you guys have noticed the change in editing recently. So yeah, to be clear, I hired an editor just to sort of make it more easy to upload on a daily basis, especially because there's already a lot of things competing for my time and I'm going to be going to school soon. So I figured that just for the sake of keeping the channel consistent and, you know, making sure videos are going to be up, I just figured, you know what, let's get an editor on the team. Let's make sure that videos are going to be up consistently. You know, I don't want to leave you guys in a content drought just because I'm busy studying or something. Now, the reaction or reception from you guys about the new editing has been, I've seen mostly positive. There's been a couple of you guys who have been not liking it that much, and I'll talk about that, but yeah, it seems like you guys are liking the new editing, and in my YouTube analytics, I can see that you guys are watching my videos for longer than you used to. So I sort of interpret it as, you know, the editor makes the videos more entertaining to an extent, at least for some of you. But for those of you who don't like the editing for any sort of reason, right, you'd rather me just do the chill talking type of videos like I'm doing now, I want you to know that these aren't going away. Like, I'm not going to stop doing these, okay? It's not just going to be only edited content from now on. The whole thing with the editor is it's going to be on an as-needed basis. So if I'm having a very busy week, or I know that next week is going to be like no time to record or no time to edit, most of the videos that you're going to see that week are going to be entirely edited by my editor because, like I said, I'm going to be busy, okay? So it's mostly going to depend on how busy my schedule is and if I have time to do these videos myself. If I have a ton of free time in a certain time period, I might do all of the videos myself, right? You might have a week where all the videos are entirely done by me. But yeah, I just sort of wanted to be clear about that because I've been seeing a lot of comments about it. So yeah, that's that. The next thing I wanted to talk about was growing the channel a little bit because I just wanted to just open up to you guys about some stuff. I feel like I'm a little bit stuck right now in the YouTube algorithm. I don't know what it is. I don't think I'm shadow banned. I don't think anything like that is happening, right? I don't think the YouTube overlords have silenced my channel, but something doesn't feel right. Like, I feel like I'm meeting all of the metrics that would lead to my video blowing up or certain videos doing really well, and I'm just not seeing it in a certain way that I feel like I should be. And this video is not to bitch and moan about that stuff, right? Like, I'm sure you guys don't care. If you enjoy the videos, you're just gonna watch them, right? Whether or not they go viral, it doesn't really affect you or, you know, the level at which you enjoy my videos. And that's totally fine. But if you know that you like my videos and such, all I'm gonna ask for you is that, you know, for the next upcoming weeks, just take, you know, the 5 seconds when you're watching my videos to just leave a like and leave a comment. And, you know, if you really like my stuff, you know, share it around, recommend it to your friends. It would help me out, dude. But yeah, I've been feeling incredibly motivated just in general on YouTube. Like, I've been getting my videos up. I've been trying to go daily as hard as I can. And it's been feeling very rewarding. Even though the numbers haven't been as high as I want them to be, I know that in due time, I will see the results, okay? I don't know if you guys picked up on this, but I had a period of about 4 months from like September 2021 to February 2022 where my channel, it wasn't like dead, but it was really, really struggling to get views. And I never even thought about quitting. I never thought about taking a break. I stayed consistent and I stayed pushing, and then my jelly bean video went viral, and then you know, my channel just exploded. I posted on my Instagram that I'm setting a goal for myself of hitting 1 million subscribers by the end of the year. Now, this is going to be challenging, but I'm absolutely ready to take on this challenge. Like, you have to understand that I have a fire in my heart for this stuff, okay? I've been wanting to do YouTube for so long, and now that I'm making it work, I am going to make it work to the point where I'm going to get 1 million subscribers, and I'm going to do it. I am feeling so driven right now. Like, recently, I'd say in these past couple of weeks, I've tapped into a side of myself that I don't think I've ever done before. Like, I'm feeling so driven. It's crazy to me. I'm harnessing all my energy and putting it toward my goals, and I'm feeling great. And if you think that anything that I'm saying is, like, cringy right now, you have never truly wanted something in your life. You never wanted something badly to the point where you've had to rewire your brain to align your thoughts with your internal drive. You've never truly wanted something badly. But I'm sort of using this video as a way to promise myself that I'm gonna make this happen. And, you know, if in 6 months I don't make this happen, I will have failed, and I'll look at this video and think, wow, I should have done better.